Hello everyone, welcome to Virtually Unfiltered. I am Prajwal,
I'm Kaveri.
and today we are talking about something which is not normally the theme of our channel, but this is something which we felt which is very important, which could be affecting us and everybody who is watching us. So this is something which we thought we will just give our thoughts, and we'll just discuss on what exactly is happening. And I'm talking about the current situation between India and Pakistan and what exactly is happening. And as I speak, today is 9th May. We are shooting on the 9th May, Friday. So the time when we release the video, I hope the situation could have been better. The the environment might have gotten better or whatever the situation may be. So I would just start with the basic point of understanding, okay, what exactly are you feeling at this point of time?
Of course, I think first thing is I am scared. Um, I think yesterday was one of the lowest points for me. In fact, because I called you as well. I was freaking out late in the night. Uh, but today I'm a lot better. Uh, but yeah, scared is, I think that constant of being scared is there in the back of my mind. But I think I put that aside for now. But what about you? Are
So
you?
again,
Yeah.
just clearing a little bit on when she said scared and when we talked about it, she
Yeah.
also has a point of thinking, why exactly us? Why exactly are we going through this? We hadn't done anything. We were the not the one who initiated and all those discussions. And to be honest, I don't know. I'm not scared. Yes, there is kind of little bit of anxiety about what could happen
Yeah.
because we haven't been in this situation. As per I know, I've never been in this situation, even though when in the last time 1999 was the Kargil war what was happened, and then but I was too young to register what was happening back then. But at this point of time, I'm not really scared because I don't know. At a point, I'm confident about our soldiers, our government will take care of the situation and we'll be better. But I understand also your point where the kind of scare or the anxiety comes in where we don't really know because
What
we
tomorrow is going to
like there
look
are a
like
lot,
in general.
yeah, there are a
Yeah.
lot of things happening, there are a lot of things
Yeah.
what we are hearing into, and that could bring in a lot of anxiety. Just to talk about what is the current situation at this point of time is like it all started with the Pelgam attack where terrorists attacked the civilians who have been in the Pelgam, the tourists, and then as a retaliation which was much needed, and I
Needed.
am very
Yes.
thankful for what they have done.
Yeah.
So they retaliated, but Pakistan escalated again yesterday with the attacks on multiple cities. I think it happened in Jammu, starting with Jammu, and then it went into other places also, as per I know. And
All of
then
the
now
border
we are at
cities
a
are affected.
situation
Yeah.
now where we are at a situation where we might also have to escalate responding what it's been happening, so it could escalate faster and it could lead into anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is where we are at. So what are your thoughts on, okay, what exactly comes to your mind when we see this? What exactly, give us your thoughts, what do you want to say?
Okay. I think for me, I first thing I start thinking is I put myself in the shoes of the people who are caught up in the situation. Like I think people in Jammu, I think Punjab, Rajasthan, they are seeing pretty much drone attacks happening outside, and they have a blackout and all of that. Like I just imagined yesterday, I think that's where it went to the extreme for me, because I imagined myself living that situation where there's a blackout happening and I am seeing those attacks outside. How would it feel? And that's very scary. Like if and sadly, I think the worst part we feel is we can't do anything about it. Like
Yeah.
I would love to contribute in some way, but I don't think I am capable enough, or I don't know. I don't have the means to actually help in any way in this situation. uh,
Adding to your point, I think, yeah, just I want to quote here. Actually, one of my colleagues is actually in
yes.
Jammu at this point of time. So, yesterday, when we heard there was an attack, we all friends, we kind of reached out to her on messages, calls just to understand what was happening. And then she mentioned the attack was like a kilometer away from her house. So just understanding. So for most of us, like when there's a war or something happening, maybe in like the other countries when they're going through, we don't really understand the kind of impact it has on the people, to be very honest, and what exactly is happening until unless you have somebody of your own family or your own friend group or your own people you
Yes.
have there, and then you understand, okay, it's happening in a real time, it's happening very closer to their house. That's when we kind of realize the kind of magnitude it can have on people's life.
Yeah.
And that, yes, I
Yeah.
agree, it would be scary.
Yeah.
I was just checking and I
That's what
asked,
we
how
have
are
to
you
do
doing?
pretty much. Like, I think when you said you can help them out by just, calling them up or being like, how are you? Like, but I don't think physically we can help out in any way after one point, which makes it like, I don't know, we're tied up. We can't really help.
Yeah.
That's kind of a feeling I do get sometimes.
Just adding at this point of time, just imagine what might be going through a soldier's family.
Oh my
Like, we
God.
are not actually, we are somebody who are at homes and we feel we are helpless, we are in a situation, what would happen. Our soldiers are the people who actually help us protect from these situations. Yesterday there were a lot of drones attack was nullified by India. I was very
Yes.
grateful that happened.
Thank
But
you.
at the same time, just understand the kind of mental toll it can actually take on soldier and his family.
Yes.
So I have a quote which I want to read it out here. So I wear a smile so my mother won't worry. But behind that uniform is a son, a daughter, a parent, a spouse. Every phone call could be a last for a while.
Yeah.
So this kind of feels that's true, right? Your son is on the
Yeah.
war. Like, it's not like any video game anymore. Like, people could lose their lives, and you being a family of a soldier, you don't really know what to expect. Yes, there would be a point where you would think like, why the war? But the situations where we are provocated, situations where we have to respond back, there is no other option other than that.
Yeah.
And that kind of brings a lot of toll on the soldiers. There is a lot of
Their family.
unnecessary.
Yeah.
Yes, there could be a lot of things. That kind of is a bigger impact, I feel personally.
Yes. Yes.
People who are actually trying to safeguard us, at the same time you feel helpless in a way to not being able to do anything for them also, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think the sad part is, they do so much. We actually don't get to actually know who the people who literally, as human beings, we won't really find out who those actual people were who really protected us. I think just to bring in a lighter note, there was one reel that I recently saw where this is a clip from Spider-Man, where Spider-Man is considered to be the army or the forces that are actually protecting India. And the Indian people are pretty much the guy who's wearing the headphones. Sorry, I'm really bad with names, but he's the creator of Marvel. Yeah, he's just with his headphones, he's not realizing what's happening, but Spider-Man is actually fighting the villain in the background. And this guy never came to know that there was a fight happening behind him. I think that's how privileged we are, where we don't really even know what's
Yeah,
happening.
yeah,
We just
yeah,
think, looking at the some clips that we see on some news, we think, okay, it's so scary. But also imagine how scared, like irrespective of the bravery and all of that, getting out of that fear and fighting for the country. Like imagine the amount of uh, I don't even know the emotions they have to go through, not just physically fighting, but also going through all those emotionally as well, because it's going to be scary for them. They'll also
yeah,
be uncertain about their own lives. Uh,
yeah, yeah.
I think I don't
Also,
know.
at the same time, they would be uncertain about, are they doing enough. Like, there
Yeah.
shouldn't be that worry also coming in. That also adding that, I think it brings into a perspective like what we are doing. How much does it matter in terms when it comes to a bigger picture?
Yes.
So I think nothing actually matches to the kind of sacrifice and kind of dedication and bravery what the army people show.
No, but
Nothing
no
actually
matter
matches
what
to
they
that.
do,
Yeah.
they're doing more than enough.
Yeah. And
We
also, like you
totally
said,
agree.
coming back
Yeah.
to that privilege point, or absolutely, we should feel
Yes.
super privileged to be able to actually sit in our homes and actually feel safe because there is somebody else fighting for us.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, I want to move a little focus onto the history and what exactly might be happening. So, then I think, as per I know, as per my knowledge on what I have learned here and there, we have been in war with Pakistan actually 4 times. As per I know, we have already. So I think there was one war. It was called as First Kashmir War. I think during the independence time, 47, 48, or 49 was the first Kashmir war. What was happened? But I think there was one official one was on the 1971. Again, also it was around Kashmir is where the war has happened. And then there was a 1965 was the second one, sorry, the Kashmir one. 1971 is the Bangladesh Liberation War.
Okay.
And I think that's something which everybody is aware of and what has happened. And 1999 is the Kargil War.
Mm.
So why I'm actually quoting this in a way is like, I know this gives me a confidence in a way. If we, I
Mm.
hope not, but if we go to a situation, I have confidence in our militaries, forces, air
Yes.
forces, and everybody that we will come out on a better side.
Yes.
So this is an indication of that. At the same time, this also gives an idea on what exactly might have happened in the previous situation also. So as India, we have a rule where we do not initiate.
Yes.
It's never us who are initiating. So based on also what I have seen and what I have known about the Kargil war, it was them who initiated everything. Even the Bangladesh liberation war is where, because they had attacked Bangladesh and there were a lot of things which were happening and there were a lot of insurgents, there were a lot of immigrants started coming into India, which kind of impacted us. Where and every time it was never we initiated. Even now,
Yeah.
we are not the one who is actually
Of
initiating
course.
anything in the
Not at
situation.
all.
We are
Yeah.
just retaliating to a initiation what is happening.
Yeah.
So also in when it comes to Pakistan situation, there is all lot of news, lot of articles around going around saying we attacked something, we did something, but we never started. We had to retaliate. And also there was one picture which was very very interesting. What I saw, so there was a picture of funerals conducted by Pakistan, where the guy who was standing in the picture was I want to get the names correct. Hafiz Abdul Rauf. Basically, he is a UN sanctioned terrorist who actually is giving state level funerals with the Pakistani flag to the people along with the military. So this speaks in volume when it comes to it's actually been grown, homegrown terrorism. Even with
Yeah.
the Palgam attack, I don't think so. They kind of take the ownership of yes, we did it.
We did it.
It
Yeah.
never comes to the point. But how? What kind of an explanation do you have to this? When you look at this, it actually speaks a completely different picture.
Story. Yeah.
At the same time, there was a, I think, Pakistani defense minister went on to a US TV show and he actually agreed that they were funding terrorism. US was funding terrorism. They actually let it grow. So there are things which are out there in the press, out there in the internet, which could actually prove that they are the one who is initiating. They are the one who is escalating. We are just responding.
Yes. And I support the response, um,
Yes.
because there is no way we can just keep quiet for
Yes.
innocent people being killed for no reason.
We cannot let somebody suppress us.
Yes, for sure. Yes. But I think one point is, do you agree this is war?
Um, Internally, I do not know where I want to believe that it can go to a war where I hope they de-escalate or something happen, but we might be at war. I think that's the whole point of I have a question mark. We might be. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think I want to bring in one article which I recently read.
Okay.
Just give me a moment. So basically, what they are trying to say, I think I don't want to miss out on any of the info given. Just a minute. Yeah, so this is from News 18. So it's an official website who has put out this article. And they clearly say, yeah, so this is, I think this might be a little extra lengthy article, but India addresses matters related to declarations of war through a mix of constitutional provisions, parliamentary oversight, and executive authority, unlike some other countries with formal legislation on such declarations. In India, the power to declare war resides with the president, but it is exercised based on the advice of the Union Council of Ministers, led by the Prime Minister. The Indian Constitution does not explicitly detail a procedure for a formal declaration of war, as some other countries do. However, the declaration of a national emergency under Article 352 of the Constitution is the closest constitutional mechanism related to a war-like situation. So realistically, there will never be a declaration that we will find out saying it's war. So I think why I'm saying this is I think at home we keep discussing, is this going to be a war? So probably this already is. We just don't know because it has not been defined yet. It will.
I just want to bring in one more point. I want to discuss where what do you think is the current role of other countries bringing in here? I think I remember you had a point of why exactly a certain country might be supporting Pakistan of this situation. Also, we are stating there is no official support of any
Not
country
at all. Yeah.
to anybody at this point of time because at this moment we are not at war. And again, I am repeating it multiple times just because I don't
I want
want
to
to go to a
manifest that
situation
reality.
where it kind of thing. Yeah, but what do you think on those situations? What exactly is your thought process on that?
Yeah, so I'll not go too much into detail reading any of the
Yes.
articles, but so basically there is this
Sorry to cut you off.
yeah,
We
yeah.
will have all the articles what we have
Yes.
taken. We will attach them in the link. And I'm hoping nothing is a fake news because I don't want to spread any kind of
And
fake
yes,
news.
yeah. And if it
Because
is, please
yeah,
actually let us know. We'll bring it
let
down.
us know. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah.
Please.
So What it says is basically China and Pakistan. Pretty much, there were many scenarios where always China backs Pakistan. This has happened multiple times in the past as well. And the reason behind this, I think I also recently came to know, the reason behind this is the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. That's what it's called. So they are actually building uh, more than building. I think I'll just say they've invested $62 billion in Pakistan just so that they can like their trading becomes easy. I'm going in very simple terms. If you want to go in depth on anything, you can read the article. But what that says is basically it is saving money to China, and they're also able to export their goods for because the route becomes very short. And the exports will become easy and cheaper for China. And at the same time, they are also getting oil and all of that from, I think, Saudi Arabia. So that also comes through Pakistan. And because of this level of investment in Pakistan, China is actually supporting Pakistan majority of the situations. But I think in this current state as well, China is neutral. They are not supporting Pakistan, is what we have seen consistently right
I
now.
want to quote one thing here. I was actually seeing one of the other videos where I saw this. The China also has this habit of actually releasing their newest weapons in this market, like a trial period where they want to test out their things in the war, like by supporting it to maybe Pakistan, and then based on how exactly that performs, they use this as a trial to sell it to the rest of the world. It sounds very sadistic. I read it somewhere. I'm not really 100% sure that is happening, but this is also something which I have seen somewhere, somebody quoting it. I'm not really sure whom it was.
Yeah.
So I go back to a point where I think we discussed a lot of things on multiple factors, but when you said how we can help, so I do have certain points of what we need to do at this point of time. See, I read one more article quote also in the morning that also made a lot of sense to me. Somebody is fighting for us. At least be worth fighting for. So
Yes.
if you are not able to help a lot, it doesn't matter. But don't be a pain in the ass.
But yes.
Yeah. So there are a few things actually I have taken it from the government website where what exactly needs to be done and what in the situation is something. So immediate actions during emergency, respond promptly to sirens. So I don't think so. Where we stay, it's Bangalore, we do not have those drills happening, or as per I know, I have not gone through any
Yeah.
drills. But
Yeah.
I think people in the border might be going through a certain kind of drill, and that kind of they it's maybe relevant to them. But I just want to read out and what exactly you could do and what could be relevant, please speak accordingly. So respond promptly to siren. So if there is a siren that could be danger, then there could be some danger which is coming in. So please act accordingly. Please head into your homes. Please find safest place to shelter yourself and stuff, and then adhere to blackout protocols. So if there is a, I think siren also leads to a blackout. In that scenarios, do not switch on your home lights. Do not be a point where you could be visible if there is a airstrike happening. At the same time, do not use your devices so that your signals could be picked up. So this is something which needs to be taken care, where this is how you could help. Then follow evacuation orders. If there is an evacuation order, be do be for like follow them properly, and there would be bunks or something. Again, these are extreme things, but this is something which you should know if you go into a situation. So follow those things and stay informed through official channels. So this is, I think, very very important in a way where do not consume fake news, do not promote. Firstly, do not you consume any fake news. At the same time, do not give out any fake news. Something which you have seen, do not send it across, which would create a panic attack throughout the list of people whom you are forwarding, and it could create a big panic circle, which is never good. And then some preparation stuff is assemble on emergency kits. If you have any like basic emergency in terms of medicine and other things, please have an emergency kit in this situation. Know your local emergency contacts. So try and get those contacts handy so that in kind of a situation of emergency, you could actually contact if needed. Participate in community drills. Again, if there are drills which is happening, please participate to understand in case of an actual emergency, you would know what exactly to do. If there is a drill, please participate in that. Educate family members. I think this is also very, very important. Where I was talking to my mom, where she had seen something on Facebook where she's saying, are we already under attack? I read Raichur can be under attack. There could be something happening in Raichur. I heard there is something coming to Bangalore. This is all hearsay. We don't really know that. So please keep them informed. Do not assume. Do not consume anything which you are not really sure of. Do not spread anything what you are not really sure of. And at the same time, one last point to add from my first side here is I read it again somewhere where do not shoot, post anything if you see from the military personnel. So do not be a point where you would leak something important, something which could help enemy. So please be careful of these things. And This is how you could help.
Yes.
And yeah, I want to close this
I think
episode with a
one more
thought.
point, just one last point would be actually there is a phone settings both on Android and iOS, which
Yeah, yeah.
I recently came across, which I was not aware till like 2 days ago, where we have this settings in both Android iOS, which says safety and emergency. I think we'll either put a screen recording or we will still have a link in the description below with how that can be done. But it's in Kannada, so we'll try to get it done so that it is accessible to majority of the audience, where you will have to enable wireless emergency alerts. So this will actually allow government to send us the any emergency alerts or anything which is needed, like basically the things that we have to do and respond to that current situation. Government will be able to send us those alerts. Without that, maybe not. I'm not really sure what would happen if we don't enable it, but I don't think you lose anything by just enabling it. So just to be extra safe, one extra step can be done. Yeah, I'll take it
Also,
up to you. Yeah,
also consume official website
yeah,
updates only.
yeah,
So government releases this update on what is happening. So I want to close this with a note of saying, in this situation, should we be doing this? Should people do normal life? I think I want to say
yeah.
this is what they want us not to do. Say they want to impact our normal lives. They want to impact our peace. So be a good citizen, support in whatever possible way, but continue doing what you are doing.
Yes. Yeah. And
Any
thank you
final thoughts?
to the military again.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for actually protecting us. I think
Yes.
no matter how much
No,
we thank them will ever be enough, but
no
we'll
matter,
definitely
no
do it.
words would actually be sufficient to tell
Yes,
how thankful and how grateful we are to them.
yeah,
And yes, that's the video.
yeah. Thank you.
Until
Stay safe.
next time,
Yes.
it's
Bye bye.